Hey everyone, welcome back to another video here at DFD Mastery. In today's video, I'm going to be breaking down how much money you can make in wholesaling depending on your market. We're going to be doing some math. I'm going to be putting it right here over my shoulder so you guys can follow along. So get your pen and paper to take notes. It'll be very informative. We're going to be talking about what your average deal size should be with real estate wholesaling. We're going to be talking about what markets are better for wholesaling, which markets are better for rentals, and what the difference is with the inflated and competitive markets and the lower end markets as well. This is going to be great content, very informative. I hope you guys enjoy today's content. Let's dive in. Hi, my name is Zack Boothe, and I help people just like you become ultra successful in real estate investing and more specifically, real estate wholesaling. So you can follow along on this YouTube channel. Make sure you hit the like and subscribe button. And also, if you would like to apply for my mastery program, get direct access to me and all the actionable steps to become a successful wholesaler, make sure you go to my website, linked in the description below, and book a call so you can either talk to me or one of my onboarding coaches to see if we are a fit to help you in your journey to become a real estate wholesaler. Enjoy the content. So first of all, let's talk about what your average wholesale fee should be. So if you don't know what real estate wholesaling is, what real estate wholesaling is you find someone that wants speed and convenience for the sale of their house. They essentially want a pawn shop for their house. So they go to a wholesaler who can get rid of their house quickly. They put the house under contract. So I'm a wholesaler, so I'll put the house under contract. And in that contract, it has a paragraph that I can assign the opportunity to someone else. I can basically sell the purchase contract and they can close on it. And I get paid a fee. So my average wholesale fee in Utah is about $300,000, okay, or a little more. Sorry, $30,000. So the way you figure out what your average wholesale fee should be is you go to Google and I want you to search median, we'll put it right here, median house price, MEDIAN, median house price, and then the city where you live, or the surrounding cities where you're thinking about doing wholesaling. That's gonna pull up a median house price. So let's say your median house price is $300,000. Your wholesale fee, average wholesale fee should be 10% of that. You're gonna have some that are much bigger, you're gonna have some that are much lower, but your average overall should be about 10%. So if you're in the Midwest somewhere, let's say Ohio, and your average or your median house price is $150,000, well, your average wholesale fee should be $15,000, which is fine, right? Your cost per deal is gonna go down. We're gonna be talking about that. If you're going to do wholesaling and let's say somewhere like Utah, or actually just do somewhere more expensive, let's say Seattle, your average or your median house price might be $500,000 in Seattle. So that means your average wholesale fee should be about $50,000. So you might be thinking, okay, well, I'm gonna go do wholesaling in these expensive markets like California or Oregon or Utah or Vegas or East Coast, right? Because I'm gonna get more per deal, I'm gonna make more money. That's not necessarily true. It is true your average deal will be bigger, but you also have to understand something. If you can make $50,000 on a deal, would you be willing to invest, let's say, $20,000 to do one deal of 50 grand? For example, if you had a slot machine in Vegas and you walked up and put 20 grand in and 50 grand came out every single time, would you not be willing to continue to put money in there? Yes, you would. You would continue to put money. You would never get up out of that seat until, the casino kicked you out because you're making too much money, right? So wholesaling, it works the same way. So if your average deal size is $15,000, you can expect to spend about 25% or less of your gross revenue on marketing. So let's break that down. Your average deal size is $15,000, right? That means 25% of $15,000 is, I have no idea. So let me do the math. 10% of 25,000 is 2,500, times that by 2, 5, 7, so it's 3,000. So the equation is your average deal price times that by 0.25 is going to give you 25% of your average deal. That's about how much you could expect to spend on marketing to do a $15,000 deal. So if you're in somewhere like Vegas or California or East Coast, you're going to expect to spend more money, because if you do the math, your average deal size, let's say, is 50,000, times that by 0.25, 12,500. So you're going to be spending $12,500 to make 50,000. Some people don't have that marketing budget. That is just a rule across the table depending on your marketing channel. So if your average deal, let's say, is 15,000 and you have an okay marketing channel and you spend 25 cents to make $1, you're going to be spending $3,750, right? But if you're using a marketing system like Driving for Dollars, like the one I use, I spend 8%. So instead of $3,750 a deal, I'm spending $1,200 because I'm only spending 8%. So it's much easier and faster to scale your company and grow your company. Yes, there are going to be variables that are going to affect your ability to make more off of the little bit you spend. It's your willingness to work, how much you're willing to cold call or door knock, or some of the hustle plays, how good you are at communicating and talking to sellers. Are you able to identify someone who's like, hey, which needs do you want? Being able to communicate clearly and understanding their needs and having them trust and like you. There's a lot of variables that will affect your ability to be successful in this business. Yes, but that is a rule of thumb across the table, that 10% of your median house price should be your average wholesale price. 25% of your average deal size should go towards marketing or less. I'm 8% in Florida. I'm 17% in Utah with my Driving for Dollars system. I'm much more in different channels like radio and PPC. I've tested lots of different things, but Driving for Dollars is the best. It brings in the majority of my revenue, and it is the most profitable by far of all the marketing channels. That's why I love it. That's why everything I have is branded around Driving for Dollars. It's changed my life. It's changed many of my students' lives. So I hope this creates clarity on your average wholesale price and what you can expect with wholesaling. So let's talk about the other aspect really quick. This is just general over hover view of the markets, okay? So that's an average wholesale fee that you could expect. With rental properties, it's a little bit different. So lower end markets where you're going to get houses at purchase prices at much lower, usually can make on average the ratio more rent than you can to the purchase price. Let's say a house in California, you spend $500,000 for the house, you probably rent it for $2,000-$3,000. So your rent to value ratio is like 0.3%. It's not even 1%. But there's places like Indiana and Ohio, even parts of Texas and places in the Midwest where you can get a 1 to a 2% rent to value ratio. What that means, for every $100,000 purchase price, a 1% rent to value ratio, it means you could rent it for $1,000. So whatever your purchase price is, times that by 0.01, and if you could rent it for that amount per month, that's a 1% rent to value ratio. Okay, if you need to rewind that, do it, but I'm gonna make sure that goes right here, that equation, okay? So certain markets, you can get up to a 2% rent to value ratio. So the way you find 2% rent to value ratio is you take the purchase price, say it's $100,000, times that by 0.02, and that's what you should be able to charge for rent per month. If that's the case, you'll be able to cover the mortgage and all the expenses and property management and have passive money every single month. Depending on your market, that may be a possibility or it may not be. So the reason I started in Utah first as a wholesaler is because that's where I lived, right? I suggest you start in your own backyard first and you learn your market and what works best. I expanded to Florida for my second market for 2 reasons. Utah is a higher inflation market, so I get bigger assignment fees, but it's not so great for rentals. It doesn't have a lot of cash flow. Florida has more low-end properties, more cash flow opportunities, and it has a beach. So that's why I chose Florida. I can escape the winter in Utah. I can be in the mountains in the summer, which is ideal for me. So between lifestyle and cash flow opportunities, I chose Florida as my second market. I hope this wasn't too confusing. I wanted to break down the numbers. Many of you that are very analytical, you may be super excited about this and just love these numbers. Those that are not as focused on the numbers. I want you just to understand that this can be done anywhere that you live. You don't have to understand these concepts or these numbers to be successful. I had no idea what any of this meant, and I would not have understood this video that I just created when I first started. It was terrifying, it was scary. What was most important is I understood that I could be successful because I wanted to be, and I was willing to do the work. This business is simple, it's not easy. The process is very simple. You have to first start with finding a super discounted property, and then it's way easy from there, right? Or it's simple from there. This business will never be easy. It requires a lot of work. If you want to see what it really takes, you can go back and watch my 40 grand in 40-day challenge on this channel. But if you guys want to learn more, if you want to talk to me about my coaching program and talk to me about it, go ahead and go book a call with me. I'd love to talk to you. Go to dfdmastery.com and book a call, and I'd love to speak with you. Thanks so much. I'll see you in the next video. Don't forget to hit the like button. It helps me a ton.